Good morning, welcome back to the training videos that we're doing as part of the motor vehicle department. Particularly today we're going to be looking and centering on the PPE element. My name's Ian Gibbons and I work in the HGV department where PPE, like in any of this department, is very, very important. Okay, to start off with, we have to remember that the environment that we're in can not only hurt us, but there are hidden dangers throughout this department, so we have to tool ourselves up accordingly and look after our bodies at the same time. First things first, before we put any PPE on, let's get rid of anything that could tangle us within this environment. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to start off by coming to the department, putting on some barrier cream. Okay. Now, barrier cream itself is there for protection against harmful chemicals, particularly engine oils, used engine oils, which can be carcinogenic if used over a period of time. So we put a barrier cream on, and also it helps us to keep our hands clean at the end of the day when we're washing the excess off. Okay, in this environment we have objects that could crush us, that could maybe pull us in, that could cut us, that could get into our eyes. So we have adequate eye protection to start off with if we're working in this area. You will notice throughout the area we will have these blue mandatory signs. If it's blue, you must do. So in this occasion, we have to have eye protection on when working under ramps. The reason being, if we don't have eye protection on the ramps, we could be looking up at a vehicle and we could get something that drops into our eyes. And if it goes to the backs of our eyes, it's going to take a little bit of working to get out of the hospital, and it's not a very nice procedure. In the environment that we're working, there are heavy objects. So we have to make sure that we put our safety boots on. Now, safety boots, when you're wearing them, they have to make sure that they have no steel toe cap showing, because if there is electricity in the environment, then we could probably get an electric shock. So safety boots on, overalls. Now, these are a protection against oil, grease and muck. Some of our students tend to wear the full overall, coverall. I like to wear the two-piece, so I have trousers and a top. Helps me to move around properly. This not only helps protect ourselves, but also protects our clothes underneath. So dress accordingly when you're coming to work within this workshop. And if you notice throughout the area, we've got grey areas and green areas. The green areas are for walking without PPE on. The grey areas, you have to have PPE on. In addition to our barrier cream, we can actually wear gloves as well. Now, these just stop us from getting injured if we have sharp objects, crushing objects, objects that could tear. So we tend to put some assembly gloves on just to protect against that, and also can keep your hands clean when you're working. They do have breathable backs, and also they have like a nice rubberized palm to it. You can also use as well, if you don't want to get on with these, we can use some nitrile or some clear plastic gloves. And they're really good if you're changing oil or if you're dealing under a vehicle where there's lots of grease around. So it's really important that we protect our bodies, because the hazards throughout this workshop could get in through our eyes, through our ears, through our mouth, through our skin, and can cut us or can crush us. So it's really important that we protect ourselves. Finally, just for comfort, we can actually put these knee pads in, particularly if you're working on the ground. So slotting the knee pads into the overalls on both sides gives us comfort when we're working. So now we're safe to work, we're working within the environment. Just be wary of the people that are around you and how you work and how your work affects those around you. So that was a brief introduction into PPE, personal protective equipment, when working within the motor vehicle department. Thank you.